Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers who dey play and dey show. Hey, Trump don set up committee that will oversee the relocation of anything that got to do with their consulate or embassy in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, Nigeria, down to southeast part of the country. What does it tell you? It really tells you that we are on the right track. You know, when we inaugurated the embassy in Washington, D.C., some people was, hey, it's a beer parlor house. You don't know the agreement that have already been signed, and you are making noise. I pity for the people who don't want to really follow the government of USB. I pity you. Now, the Trump administration now have concluded that they have nothing, they have no any ties again with Nigerian government. Don't forget, some couple of weeks ago, there was a business summit, Africa Business Summit, that happened in Washington, D.C., where most of African presidents and leaders were invited, but Nigeria was excluded. During Trump's inauguration, Biafra was invited and Nigeria also was excluded. And you people still doubting the efficacy and the hard work and effort of USB government and the DPM. My brother, you need to see a doctor or a psychologist because they need to examine your medulla oblongata. Alright, let us see this clip, then we'll come back for more discussion. Don't forget, as you are watching, drop your opinion at the comment section of this video. Then we'll pick it up from there. Oh yeah? Regardez.
The can of worm is about to be out now as a 6 months given by the FBI to release the past case of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is about to be lapsed, and people are wondering, maybe this is one of the reasons why U.S. is about to move their, consulate house, their embassy from Abuja to somewhere in the south. I think it's going to be a southeast. What do you have to say about this, Mr. Chinedu?
We thought by now that this thing would have actually died down with the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. I don't know why the United States of America have continued to take interest and try to open, consolidate or hold back, their reservations to open a matter that everybody thought has been finally been arrested over drug-related issue. Though the FBI and the DEA, drug agency, attached to the United States of America, is still insisting that the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is still their access, and with what is playing now and with some of the moves he has made recently might have angered Donald Trump, considering the role they played in the past when Donald Trump was actually running for a second time with Biden. Tinubu and Buhari did a lot of physical and open support for Biden, but that shouldn't be the reason why that drug fight case should actually be dusted. There might be other reasons because of that. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was advised from beginning to avoid any coalition, any collusion with Donald Trump. I know people that advise him that knows very well, but to an extent now, we have not seen Bola Ahmed Tinubu having that kind of relationship with the United States government currently now. It looks like everything is working, back and forth that the government cannot understand. And definitely, without U.S. support and some other international organization, nations, powerful nations support, it will be difficult for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have a second-term bid to the presidency, and this might trigger some form of chaos for Nigeria, or or kind of disaster for Nigeria if he feels he can resist Western forces who are trying to stop his ambition the second time. And that is why I remember the security report or intelligence report has made the United States of America to definitely move their embassies and high commissions, consular offices down to southern part of the country. And we are hearing that Enugu has been located for that, and of course Abia State has also been on the list of where they need to locate relocate their embassy. A lot of people are saying it's a form of endorsement on the recognition of Biafra, of the coming of Biafra. They want to be on ground before they finally the world begin to signal the recognition of Biafra as a sovereign nation. And the people are reporting, that Donald Trump is also angry with the way and manner this administration, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has handled the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's factor, who everybody believes is an ally of the GOP, and of course a very close member or support of the Daist forum, which Donald Trump and all the rest of them also belong, having attended and was very close to one of Donald Trump's campaign, the second time campaign or the first time campaign, somewhere in the United States of America. I think should be that place should be called Illinois, or but he was present there with the GOP members, with the Republicans and some top, deep congressmen like Mike Johnson and all that in the past. So kudos to that's how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to establish that relationship with Donald Trump. And having done that, Donald Trump also went as far as appointing lobbyists, loyalists, IPOB loyalists into his government. One is Susie Williams, which is very popular. So there's a seemingly cold war now between Donald Trump and of course the Nigerian president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You can see he's realigning with the Russian interests, trying to join BRICS, and that has attracted penalty from the United States of America. And from what we are getting is that they have sworn an oath, to deal excessively or to pay back, and make sure that Tinubu does not escape it this time around. It's going to be an embarrassing moment for Nigerians if actually FBI take up that matter, because we are hearing 90 days, maybe getting close. And I can see a few days ago there was a report towards that. So what is going to actually be the fate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu if finally that matter is being brought back under Donald Trump's order, or reported order or instruction, just we are speculating at the end of the day. And of course it will have gone so deep to damage the image of Nigeria, damage his ambition for re-election at the end of the day.
The beef between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Donald Trump so come out with another dimension, with America giving order to a citizen that consider traveling to Nigeria. If you are traveling to Nigeria, consider it well, because of a kidnapping, insecurity, and even food insecurity, all sorts of a manner of word that they use to rubbish Nigeria. Is this further show that there is a very big
no, we must understand very clearly it is a collapse of diplomatic engagements, and meetings and conferences. They have lost it diplomatically, and that's why you see some of this. Nigeria is not only the country where we are seeing some of these things happening, but unfortunately it became extreme under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. So giving that advice, I remember what Aaron Grispan, the guy that is championing the drug fight of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said they have evidence that everything is already there, but the district court in the United States of America, led by Melly Howell, has also indicated that Tinubu remain one of the things they will unveil in the nearest future. So you see, based on that, the gap of diplomatic role between Nigeria and of course the president has triggered a lot of reactions and sanctions and tariffs, counter tariffs, this one trying to bring his own and this one trying to bring, at the end of the day the whole thing has been mopped up. And that's why we're saying that it looks like Nigeria might not hold any other breath before 2027, because I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu will want to show that he can stand the pressure from the Western world and do whatever he wants to do come 2027 for re-election. But how it's going to factor that, we do not know. Now that the Biafran cause has been on the table of the United States of America, and the killing of the Christians in Nigeria too, Donald Trump is not joking with it. And you can see that this present administration, APC government, was purely a Fulani party agenda, that crippled the human rights space in Nigeria under the late Buhari. Let me just put it that way. crippled a lot of the rendition, contravene international treaties, like the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the killing of Christians has continued without any government trying to do any kind of stuff. And these are the things the world is looking at, to make that have triggered what we are seeing today. It looks like, Donald Trump is bent on, bringing this issue of drug to the public limelight, and it will be a very big embarrassment to Nigeria. And not only that, he has also mapped out some things, some deeper things that he wants to do, and that's why we are hoping that maybe he should act fast to see how he can escape the wrath that is coming on Nigeria.
This missile that America is about to release, that means I'm talking about the drug case of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Where do you think is going to be their target? Is it against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, or to help Biafra agitation? Which one do you think is going to be their target to hit?
The investigation is ongoing, led by top American international activist, Aaron Grisman. I think he's the one leading this. They have so many other things they are piling up. Nigeria also, has become a threat state to some of these people, and the agenda of disintegration, Biafra has already made it popular all over the world. So they might be considering a lot of things. They might decide to enter into a certain diplomatic agreement or treaty with the Biafrans, and that will be the end of Nigeria. Britain is no longer interested, because everybody is blaming them. They are tired. The Fulani issue cannot be resolved, and everything is saying is bordering centered on how Britain was able to bring this calamity on Nigeria simply because of amalgamation or whatever on their own interest. I think the world might decide to take a new order on Nigeria, and that new order will lead to disintegration. And that is why the people, international organization, experts are leveraging on the calamity Nigeria have committed against herself, to see how they are going to, bring about the end of this, uncertainty. The killing of Christians, the issue of Biafra is also there. The Fulanization and jihadist interest championed by top nations from the Middle East. The tracks are there. The issue of Buhari too, Jubril and all that. A lot of things. Now we are having somebody that have been seen that want to align with the most enemies of America now through BRICS. So they can decide to enter a big treaty, a deal, a better deal, and if they consider it a better deal with their friends, and of course they'll go ahead and announce it, and of course that will stop anything that has to do with 2027 presidential election and re-election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then on that note now, it will cripple. It has already crippled. You understand? Because I don't see most top world leaders, wanting to do anything with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For instance, the death of Buhari, I wouldn't see anybody come out. I wouldn't see top leaders. Nobody said anything up to this moment. So it gives you a signal that Nigeria is gradually collapsing, and the IPOB leaders around the world are not resting at all, including those who are championing from the European nation. They are not resting. You think they have gone to rest? They are not resting. They are alerting the world, and the world are seeing that Christians are being killed in Nigeria on a daily basis, and they should know at this point in time, as the police of the world, United States of America, they have the executive order that can be adopted. Yes, let me use that word, adopted by the current president, and declare Nigeria a pariah state, and for that reason a terrorist nation, and for that reason the Biafra can be granted. There are so many reasons where Biafra can be, you understand. One is that we have made the United Nations standard, and it has become a global thing now, and you can see Biafrans establishing all the embassies in different nations of the world. The one that was established in Washington too, in America, under the very nose of the current president Donald Trump. It shows that something is actually underground and something is about to happen. And these are the things we must give it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, irrespective of where he is now. May the good Lord continue to protect him, for bringing this thing to the global level, to where the world leaders and top nations of this earth can be able to look into it. And it can only be spearheaded by one person, because we believe that through salvation, salvation came to the earth through one man, and sin came to the earth through one man. So salvation has come to Biafrans through one man, and Donald Trump is in a position to adopt that executive order according to Department of Justice in the United States of America, and declare Biafra a sovereign nation, or recognize Biafra a sovereign nation. And that is one of the reasons why people are saying they are moving some of their structures, some of their consulates, some of their high commission, some of their embassies, back to Biafran land.
As we are going now, during the first time of Donald Trump, he moved headquarters of Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. He recognized Jerusalem as headquarters of Israel. But I think, as you are talking now, the thing is not stand. How do you think the world will react to USA adopting the Biafra or recognizing Biafra as a sovereign nation? How do you think the BRICS, China, and the rest of the world will react?
I think with time, America controls the largest forces and allies in the world currently now. Nobody beats them on that record. And anything they do, the allies force into that direction. The scramble to share African superpowers is already ongoing. China is in Africa, Russia is in Africa. You can see Donald Trump invited top African leaders. Nigeria was not invited, if you can remember, so Nigeria was not invited. So they are looking for a new alliance to keep whatever interest they are going to have in West Africa at the end of the day, considering what China and Russia are doing already. And that is why every time you see the movement everywhere, it seems that America is giving a nod to the recognition of Biafra.
Nigeria, that's described as a country that was as a result of mistake, that is a country that not meant to be, and the situation has been proving itself all the time. So, in conclusion, what are your expectations, even if today Biafra seceded from Nigeria?
I think the kick-up fund for Biafra establishment is running up to, I think as of now, it's been estimated to be up to $100 billion US. That's already been kept down to kickstart Biafra as a nation. So it's a big one. So I can tell you, more nations and more allies are already aligning themselves.
The relocation of United States of America embassy from Abuja down to the southeast. When we're talking about southeast, we are talking about Enugu State, triggers Nigeria heading toward breakup, knowingly or unknowingly. Believe it, fine and good. If you don't believe it, it is up to you. But the truth be told, that Nigeria have lost its relevance locally, internationally, and globally. Anybody who keeps telling you another different thing is either doing it just for whatever gain he or she is getting from you, or just for chasing clout. Nigeria disintegration have been completed. You remember what Dele Momodu said, Abi Sowore? He said Nigeria was dead under Buhari, then Tinubu came to bury Nigeria. So all these shenanigans about we are going to release your file with the FBI, we are going to do this, we are going to do that, trying to see if this young man will come out and surrender and say, please, this mandate I'm holding is not my own. Let me give the mandate to who the mandate belongs to. But he refused. Then Donald J. Trump boycotted everything about them. Don't forget, in the future, you will see them complaining about America interfering on the governance of Nigeria simply because their own brother, and you know people I'm talking about, the Yorubas, the Yaribas, the Afonjas, and the Yoruba baboons. You will see them tomorrow now, hey, I'm Igbo now, don't do like this because it will be, they are Trump. But they were all there when Obama was calling meeting upon meeting to remove Goodluck Jonathan from office, using the same Tinubu and his allies Buhari and other northern cabals, then it was okay for them, because now all of them gathered at Occupy Nigeria in Ojota, including Tunde Bakare, Wole Soyinka, all the foolish elders they have in that Yoruba land. All of them are foolish elders. There's no anyone that have the guts or the boss now to come out now and speak when their own brother is ravaging and destroying the country. If they kill 100 people today, Tinubu will go to France. If they kill 200, he will go to Germany. If they kill 500, the country they never invited him, he will go there, like St. Lucia, and go there and be smoking shisha. That is the president. Anyway, that one is their own headache. It is not our own, and they can never be our own headache. The happiness and the joy in all these things is that at the end, Biafra must surely come. You see, I keep saying it and I repeat myself. I don't know, because when I made such a comment, a lot of people will say I am too negative. How am I too negative? The turn of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the cancellation of Simon Ekpa is a divine intervention, because now on every lips that got to do with the world power is talking about these two guys. Every lips, when I mean lips, I mean people who matters in the society, not riffraffs. Every lips now is talking about the detention of Simon Ekpa, the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, legally or illegally. This is what is being trending on the social media now. It is very hard for you to stroll on Facebook, first page, second page, without not seeing anybody talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is very, very rare. You say you go to TikTok now or X without not seeing thousands or millions of people talking about Simon Ekpa's incarceration. What does that signify? My brother, it is a divine intervention that we take this struggle to next level. And I'm seeing you being part of this struggle, and I'm seeing you being alive to witness the emergence and the coming of Biafra. It must surely happen. It's not going to take time. What we just need to do is just for we to press the right buttons that will give us the right results that we desire for this our journey. I am one of the happiest man today. If I can see Biafra coming, my brother, all my dreams on this earth have been fulfilled. And I'm very sure I will be alive to witness the coming of Biafra. I'm still young. I can never die. I can never die premature. Yes, I can never die premature. And that is how it's supposed to be. So this message you watch, you can as well agree with me that and we are truly doing what we're supposed to do. Yes. The deal, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, the only two guys that give a population of 250 million headache for years. And they planned on how to buy, how to kidnap. They never, nothing they have never tried to do on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They invaded his home, shot a lot of people, even killed his own pet. He escaped. They still searched him and went to Kenya, abducted him for 7 days. They keep maltreating this guy with electric shock, with all manner of bamboo beatings, to the extent they beat ear problem enter his body, which is still suffering up to today. But the young man said, you cannot kill me easily. I am more than what you think. If you think I am just ordinary riffraff, you can just waste it. My brother, you better think twice. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you. And I urge everyone out there, every Biafran out there, if you never, or rather if you are still doubting the efficacy or the power of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then you need to re-examine your stance as an Igbo man, because all the whole people who speak bad about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of them now have come to their knees and begin to shout, hey, he said this, hey, he said that. But when he was busy shouting on top of his voice, preaching all these messages, sending these prophecies, sending the predictions, telling you what is going to happen in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, in 10 years' time, and all of them, emphasis on all, have manifested. Now you come out now to say, he said it. But back then, what happens? That is still what we are still complaining, that prophets are now being honored in their own homeland. No, they are not being honored. There will always be a counter motion, most especially if you are from the Igbo tribe. Then that is when you will see a lot of people who will remind you that your father is a wretched man, that your brother is a thief, that your mother in the 1970 mistakenly go and do 1 or 2 runs outside. Those are people who will remind you Not minding what you are bringing to the table. No, they will remind you the history of what happened even when you are not been born. That is the kind of people, or rather the kind of foolish elders we have in that southeast. Oh, may God help us. As we are moving forward, it is forward ever and backward never, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. That is the way it's supposed to be. Let us dissect the comment section, because all toko without reading comments, it means nothing, because you that is watching, you would also like to hear the comment from others for you to know what you're going to say or what you're going to comment moving forward. So let us see somebody by name Eze Chibu said, "Oh Lord, help us, all must hear to Biafra." This Omo Kulupedrik said, this mumu the crazy, see as he dey talk like a madman. Okay, because he's not from your tribe, he dey crazy. Somebody replied to him. Jerry Oji said, "I know you called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the same mumu man. Talk." Okay, see mumu man talk. When he started talking about what is happening in Nigeria now, today, you're calling Kanu a prophet and a man who sees tomorrow. Maybe you may say the same thing to this man tomorrow, when what he's saying now doesn't make sense to you. Well, it's a very, very nice observation. Okay, John Chooks Anioko said, another interesting point there was that the President Trump invited African leaders and omitted Tinubu and Nigeria from a very, very important business summit. Obiora Igwe said he is stationed in Lagos. Okay. Ajibaka Victor said, but what I heard is USA embassy is moving to southwest. Not what he said. He says south, probably southeast, Enugu precisely. Okay, okay, Igbokoda in Ondo State. You see, and people where they hear another different thing. Chinedu Frank Ajo Noma said, Biafra is coming soon. Are you ready to welcome Biafrans or to witness the Biafrans coming? I don't know about you. Then we have Emeka Ebere. The way this Biafra of a chain is sounded to my eyes. Oh Lord, let your way for Biafra come to pass as soon as possible in Jesus' name. Amen to your prayers, my brother. Nwachukwu say this man analysis is 100%, and it takes a lot to understand the future. I will not say much. May God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans, and bless those who love us to be a nation of our own. Few comments and then we are up to go. Anna Ebuachara said, I said it, APC is a Fulani party. Alfred Hero says, separation of Nigeria is the best. Let peace lead. We want Biafra, and that is what we want. Joseph Udu, God please liberate Biafra. Show us mercy. God bless all freedom fighters for their indescribable sacrifices they all make every second of their lives. So my good people, when I hear we go take a break. More of these videos will be coming your way anytime soon. As you are watching, kindly drop your opinion at the comment section. Like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I will hear my voice again when I come back. Okay, Messiano.